Hey guys, it's Noash, and I wanted to start off my presentation by showing you guys a little video from a show called Teen Titans, and you'll see why I'm showing you guys the video.
5, 6, 7, 8. Don't bother getting up, you're in my control. No way for you to fuss and fight. I've taken all your powers, so lucky you. You will be in my show tonight. You think you can defeat me? Oh, how very true. Well, Titans, one thing you should know. I am the one with magic powers round here. I am the one who runs the show. I am the master of ceremonies. So let me set you straight. With just a wave of my magic wand, I'm master of your fate.
Well, I hope you guys were able to see why I showed you the video. Yeah, I know it was pretty fun, but yeah, that was just a little part of it. And in the video, they were basically showing the evil guy, Jafar, was trying to, what you could say, master the Titans' fates. He says that he is the master of ceremonies and that he's taken away all their powers and that they're now in his control and all that good stuff, or should you say bad stuff, but whatever. Anyways, so I just wanted to say that I just wanted to talk about at least how mastering your own soul is different from what other people think you should do. So I just found this comic and I just wanted to pull it up so I could show it you guys. It's like, this is very correct. It's the evolution of your freedom, your intellectual freedom. Like obviously in second grade we're like, I'm going to build a plane when I grow up. And then in high school and college, we're like, okay, never mind. I don't care about the time I'm going to spend on building a plane. I am going to work on my English project. And just continues on until you become a professor, until you work in a job. You'll always have someone ahead of you, unless you're the CEO, in which case you have a bunch of complaints, and then it just goes up. If you're at the lower levels, you always have a boss. If you are the boss, then you have your audience to entertain. You have so many people that want you, and you have so many people who you have to like, who you have to fulfill all these people's wants. So it's a never-ending cycle. You're free to. It's hard to master your own soul, and you guys might be like, wait, what? Where did mastering your own soul come from? And mastering your own soul comes in when you start when you look at what he's doing. Over here, he's like, I will master my own soul. I'll do what it takes. But then over here, our professors are acting like Jafar in the video. They'll take they won't take away our freedom. They'll give us a bunch of projects, and we won't have time to work on anything else. It's not really taking away anything, but that's basically how it works. We're not able to master our own soul. We're not able to commit time to how we want to. Maybe some people are, but I surely amn't. I meant am not. Okay, anyways. Yeah, but a lot, like, mastering your own soul. If we look at the definition of mastering your own soul, and here's the definition. I know you guys have seen this before. You guys definitely have, and you should remember it, but this is the poem we read in the beginning of the year, Invictus. Right here, Invictus. And so, yeah, I couldn't find a better definition of this. It basically describes exactly what we're saying. Mastering your own fate or mastering your own soul. Let's see. Black is the pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods might be for my unconquerable soul. Basically saying, whatever gods it was that made me who I am, I thank you. I thank you for whatever you did, whatever I made. I'm happy with who I am. My goal is to master my own soul, so I am happy with how I am. And then it says, I have not winced nor cried aloud under the bludgeonings of chance. My head is bloody, but unbowed. Basically, he's giving us a very bloody, and he'll put in mind immediately a torture scene, right? The bludgeonings of chance. Nor winced nor cried aloud. My head is bloody, but unbowed. and then he tells us in the fell clutch of circumstance, which shows us that it's a bad situation and something is going on that we don't want to happen to ourselves. And then he says he gets unlucky and his head is bloody, he's hurt, and he wants to yell but he hasn't. But then he says, but unbowed, meaning that, I don't know if you guys have read Harry Potter, but I'm just gonna make a quick comparison. If you guys remember, at the end of book 7, Voldemort is trying to make Harry bow to him. It might not be the 7th book. Huh. What was the book? It was the 4th book. The 4th book, sorry. In the 4th book of Harry Potter, Voldemort is trying to make Harry Potter bow using his skills and his magic, but Harry manages to master his own soul, and he says, no, I will not bow. I will not bow to Voldemort. And he ends up not. He's able to conquer the feelings that he gets from Voldemort, which is exactly where his head is bloody. He may have been hit by something, I don't know, but he will not bow to Voldemort no matter what he wants, because he can. And beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. Basically saying, the future, the menace of the years, finds and shall find me. This part implies future tense. And beyond this place of wrath and tears, showing that he's in a desolate place, a sad place, and the horror of the shade. Right now he's describing that his future is going to be gloomy, sad, dark. But he says that he will not be afraid, and at the end he says no matter how charged he is, like no matter how many punishments he has, he is the master of his fate and he is the captain of his soul, which means that no matter what, he will always tell himself, no matter what the situation is, I can do this, I will do this, I can do it. And that reminds me of another thing that I want to show you guys. And now I'd just like to get to the bulk of my philosophy statement on how to master your own soul. And I'd like to say this, and this segment will just be on it. It is very hard to master your own soul in today's world. Like, there's so much peer pressure, and that first comic in the beginning about the teachers and professors, no offense, just, and all the workload we're giving and all the stuff we get, it's very hard for us to be able to do what we want to do. It's like, what if we wanted to, like, just take a look at this. Like, if our friends start playing a game and they start telling you to play a game and you have work to do, no, they'll tell you to play with them and you'll end up playing with them. It's not something we all want to do, but we end up doing it anyways. It's not our fault. We try to tell ourselves not to do it, but we end up doing it. Like, you can see this girl here is trying to say she wants to do work, but they tell her to join. This has happened to everyone at some point in time. They want to work, but someone tells them to join them, and maybe they don't have the guts to say no, or they don't want to say no. But at the end, one of us, at some time or the other, we've all given up and just played the game, even though, or whatever it was, maybe watch a TV show, or I don't know, but whatever it was, we've all given into that, and it's not something we're all proud of, but we've all done it anyways. And another thing is, with all the workload we're given, I mean, how are we supposed to decide what we want to do in life if someone else is coming up to us and telling us, you know what, AP Psych is so easy, you guys should all take AP Psych. What if I hate Psych? What if one of my, like the workload in Psych is very little and the tests are so easy. You guys should all just take AP Psych. It's a weighted class, so you guys all will get great grades. And I don't want to take AP Psych. I don't like psychology, but no, after it spreads around, everyone's like, take AP Psych, take AP Psych. You guys must take AP Psych. And I'm just like, but no, I don't want to take AP Psych. If I don't like psychology, why are you gonna make me take it? It's like, if grades didn't matter, would you take AP Psych? That's what I want to tell them every single time, and I'm sure all of us would. And it's like, if grades didn't matter to you, would you be taking the classes you're taking right now? If Is like, if college applications didn't matter, would you be taking all honors classes? If 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 college applications didn't matter, would you be taking the SAT bio? Do you want to do this stuff? Do you want to learn more about biology? Like for me, for example, I love engineering. I'd easily take any engineering class. No one has to tell me take the engineering class. It's easy. You'll get an A, and it'll look good on college apps. I don't care about that. I'm taking it because it's fun. That's what we should all do. I unfortunately haven't done that for all of my classes, but I try, and we should all try, and I'm pretty sure we've all tried, but sometimes we fail. Everyone fails. Humans were made to make mistakes. I don't know about that one, but we definitely do make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, but basically the main bulk of my philosophy statement is that it's very hard to master your own soul, but I'll try and show you guys now how to master your own soul. There's many things that one could do to master their own soul, but here are 10 steps that I'll show you on, or not show you, I'll tell you on how you can master your own soul and get started on mastering your own soul. So, first one is find your life's task. A lot of people are thinking, I want to become a doctor when I grow up. I want to do this and that. And if everything has the same salary, would you actually want to become a doctor? What you should do is trust yourself and aim for the career that can show everyone what's unique about you. For example, if someone is great at fishing, then maybe they'll go on the world's greatest catch or something. I don't know. But make sure that your career path will show what's unique about you. And okay, and then step 2, find your favorite professor. Being interested in class is the best way to understand the subject. Being able to talk about and discuss about the topic with someone who has a higher level of knowledge than you is ideal in all situations. You'll always want to be able to, like, maybe he'll mention some word that you've never you didn't know what it means. Maybe you didn't know what I don't know. Maybe you didn't know what omnipotential means, and he used the word, and later you go home and you search it up, and it ends up your English professor just taught you a word by just talking and conversing with you. It's experience and exploration that can easily transform all of us into being able to master our own destiny. Step 3. Engage in observation. Observation is key. If one doesn't look around constantly and doesn't see what's going on next to him or around him or underneath him or above him, or if they just don't look around, if they're always trying to impress people, then why? Like, you don't need to impress people. You need to watch people trying to impress you. If you can learn from people like higher than you, and you learn the rules, you learn what's going on, and you can easily dominate. Speaking of dominating, it's better to it's this is step 4. Rather than finding um competition in a massive subject or something, or like some random things, instead of mixing amongst the competition or being the jack of all trades, it's much better to dominate your own niche. Find a niche where you can dominate. Being able to, like, you might be able to compete in a crowded field, but you'll always feel pressure to do something that you might not want to do. But make sure that you can find yourself somewhere to dominate, and somewhere that you can work easily as hard as each other, and if even with a little effort you'll be able to, like, top top everything. And step 5. This is, in my opinion, the most important step. Revert to a feeling of inferiority in order to learn. If you feel superior to the person you are talking to, do you learn from them? Ask yourself, if I was, or actually, you don't even need to think about it. If a, if a sevi, or if a seventh grader is trying to talk to you and is trying to teach you about how to get good grades, and you're in ninth grade, then why would you listen to them? If you're trying to learn, if you're trying to teach a senior, why are you trying to teach a senior? And when the senior's trying to teach you, make sure that you revert to your feeling of inferiority in order to learn. Pretend you don't know anything about the subject. Ask questions. Don't feel afraid to act stupid. It's okay. Being stupid is okay sometimes, not all the time. But if you're failing to learn something, for example, if you're failing to learn math, it's okay to ask your math teacher the stupidest question you can think of, like, why is 2 times 2 4? And how is that possible? Where did it come from? And then your teacher will be like, oh, that's a good question. Let me show you. And then maybe he'll give you proof that no one knew about, and all the teachers always say this. If you ask a question, then you probably saved 5 other people in the class that didn't know what they were talking about. And step 7, I think. Is it? I don't know. But, okay. Rely on trial and error more than anything. If if the person who discovered computers, or the person who discovered laptops, the person who discovered the microphone I'm speaking into, the people who discovered all of this, they didn't just think of it on the spot and make it in 1 second. What you have to do is keep trying. Try and try again. Like I don't know, but if you've heard the quote, "Shoot for the moon, even if you'll miss, you'll land among the stars." Basically, even if you're trying to make the world's fastest supercomputer, then if you fail, then who cares? You just built yourself a really good computer. That's all it means. Trying to trying to be the best is what you should always be. And like, if you're ever failing to do that, just be like, just, just tell yourself that you can do it. And always, here's step 8 now. Master your social intelligence. One of the like most the largest barriers to becoming smarter, being able to talk, is social skills. If you can't deal with others, then you can't deal with your own destiny. If someone keeps bothering you, if someone keeps peer pressuring you, and if you can't run away from it, or if you can't deal with it in your own way, then how are you going to be able to master your own soul? If you're relying on others to do stuff for you, and if you can't deal with stuff on your own, then it's way too easy for people to get to you, and to end up you losing everything that you ever thought about on your own. Step 9. Do not let impatience get to you. Being impatient is not good. Make sure you can make sure that if you have a great plan, like the most masterful plan ever, to study for finals within 3 days, but you have to read 3 chapters of math every single day, then and it's at 10 o'clock, you've been studying 3 chapters of science, 3 chapters of English, and you're tired, you want to sleep, you want to go to bed. Don't let impatience derail your plan. One's greatest strength can often be improvisation, but to most of us, it's a weakness. Being able to do improv on the fly is very difficult, and it's a skill that a lot of us haven't been able to master yet, and we often won't until maybe we're 70 years old and we know so much, we're so wise, we already know everything that's going on in the world, and we don't even have to think. And step 10. Let's get something straight. Your life is your world. You can do what you want to it. You can change the world how you want. In fact, you can shape the world. You can color the world. You can do whatever you want. But shape the world around your strengths. Many people started off as really bad scientists, really bad English students, really bad at mathematicians. Maybe they'll hate what they do and everything, but everything that you think of will come from somewhere else. If you look at life from a different perspective, if you look at world from a different perspective, your own perspective, then you'll easily be able to consider, then you'll easily be able to live life the way you want to. But deciding to, deciding to go with the conventional, deciding to say, that dude, he shaped his world and he became Albert Einstein. What if you don't want to drop out of school at 16 years old? Shape your world around your strengths, not other people's strengths. That's the main key to mastering your own soul. And another thing, just remember, know that practice is just as important as your skill. That's basically the basic premise of mastering your own soul. Practice. I know you're like, wait, what does that have to do with mastering your own soul? But practice talking to people. Practice being patient. Practice is life. Practice being able to, like, steer away from peer pressure, and practice everything you can practice. Practice learning from others. Practice being able to hear. Practice all of that. And that's why practicing is my philosophy statement on how to master your own soul. And thank you for listening, I guess. That's the end.